Hey guys, welcome back to another Remembering Forgotten Memories episode. So, this one, admittedly, I was inspired a while back by, and I've been meaning to film this every week since then and just haven't gotten around to it till today. But anyway, I got inspired by my nephew's YouTube channel where he has like community posts and things too, and he posted this picture of like his VCR collection, don't ask, all laid out across like the living room floor and into the kitchen, which impressive for the sheer number of them. But I couldn't help but notice 3 cats in the background and in the vicinity, and I'm just sitting there thinking, that's a bold move with that many wires around and cats nearby. My brain is going to like the worst places because I remember how my cats were. And my cats is what we're gonna talk about today, with how they were naughty. Naughty little cats, especially when it came to wires, but sometimes with other things too, but especially with wires. Oh my gosh. So, all these years, I have been placing the blame, apparently, on the wrong cat for who chewed through the power wires to my old school NES. I thought it was Claus all this time. I thought she was the one that chewed straight through them and made it to the point where it was unplayable, and I mean, yeah, I could just replace the wires now, it's just a matter of actually doing that, but I also would have to find the old school NES. I know where the games are, I just need to figure out where the hell the console went, but regardless, I, for some reason, had it in my head, she was the one. Granted, she usually was guilty of stuff like this. She usually was the one getting in trouble for eating things she shouldn't, so all this time, 30 years later, I just find out, no, it wasn't, that was Kiwi. You're telling me my goodest good boy did that? No, shenanigans. I don't believe you. I'm in denial. No, my boy would not do that, even though he totally had a history of doing it elsewhere in the house, and there is every reason to believe he probably did in fact do that, but shh, no, not my goodest good boy, no. Yeah, so basically where it lived in our old house, well, originally it was out in the living room, but eventually it got moved into my parents' bedroom, hooked to the TV in there, because my brother's PlayStation got hooked up to the little screen out in the front room. So, and my mom wanted to be able to watch the TV out there, because originally the NES was hooked to that. So, anyway, this is why that got shuffled in there, because during the day, while she'd, like, watch her soaps and everything, we would go watch TV on the one in her bedroom. Was great, was fine. No issues with that. Until one day when one of the cats decided to chew clean through the wires in there. For whatever reason, and somehow didn't die doing it. Don't ask me how. I still to this day don't know how, because went clean through the power wire, went clear through the red, yellow, white ones, whatever those are called, bit through that, and also randomly the wire to the heater in there. And again, somehow did not die. And I just, all these years, thought that was Claus. Apparently it wasn't. Apparently that was my boy. Womp womp. But again, I should have had every reason to suspect it was him, because he had a love affair with this one touch lamp out in the living room. I don't know how many of you are old enough to remember touch lamps. It is exactly what it sounds like. You touch it, it would turn on, but it would have, like, different brightnesses, and, like, you would tap it to get it to, like, where you wanted, or tap it one more time to make it go off. They were pretty cool. It was kind of like my little tap light that's on the top of my power tower thingy. If I can make this show, it's like tap once, tap twice, tap 3 times, or off. It was basically same concept, but back in the 80s, but on an actual lamp, and it was on, like, the post part of it. And you would just, like, touch that part that's just about underneath the shade to control it. Fine. Thing was great. Loved that lamp. Until, mysteriously, Mr. Kitty decided to go behind. He managed to wedge his butt behind the little table that it was on, and decided to nom on that over time until he eventually chewed it clear off. Yeah, that. That one I unfortunately know was him, because there were numerous times I caught him doing it and was like, hey, get the hell out of there! Just like, get out of there, stop chewing on that. Yeah, the fact that that thing was not a fire hazard, beyond me. My dad took that wire off, resoldered it so damn many times because of that cat. And the cat went right back to it and did it again. It was like, anyone in their right mind would have just moved the lamp somewhere the cat couldn't get to, but out in the living room, that was the only place it could go, so the options were have it there, or relegate it to the garage until 10th of never, and never see it again, probably, most likely, even though it's like everything we were told that went in there, oh yeah, we'll eventually bring it back in the house. Yeah, not a single thing that ever went in there ever came back out, but those were the options. That is why that lamp stayed where it stayed for so many years. He kept doing it until he literally couldn't solder that wire anymore. I think he even, like, cut it off and, like, tried to attach a new one at one point. Yeah, it was a losing battle, but regardless, he would chew on it. Occasionally, the other cat would chew on it, too. Like, they were both guilty of it. I don't know why this weird gold wire just looked so nommy to them that they were just like, nom, 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 like they wanted to chew on the damn thing, but they did. All the time. It's like, cool, that was an antique lamp. Thanks for that. Thanks for that. It wasn't the only one. They would get behind the TV. They would chew on those wires, too. Don't know why. Don't know what exactly made wires so damn appealing. Is this a cat thing for anyone else who has cats that they like to chew on wires, or was this just our cats being completely neurotic? I don't know. I've only had one more cat that lived indoors since then, and I don't think he did that, but he chewed on, like, walls. We'll get to him. We'll get to him. But anyway. I've had outdoor ones, but those don't count because they're not chewing on wires, so, beside the point. Anyway, so they not only chewed on that, they not only chewed on the TV wires, they not only chewed through the NES wires, no, they couldn't leave the other lamp out there alone either, and that was, like, way wedged into a corner next to an armchair. It was, like, a little alcove that my parents went out of their way so freaking hard to, like, wedge that wire down into, like, the corner behind the table leg, making it as humanly possible, difficult as possible, for those cats to get to. And this is where I know Claus was the culprit, because I never saw Kiwi do it with that one, but I saw her wedge her fat little butt in there on top of all of the magazines and phone books and things that were in there, trying to keep the cats out and away from that wire. Yeah, she would knock enough of them out, squeeze her fat little butt in there, and then go to town chewing on it. You would think these cats were never fed. No, we fed them plenty. They were obese cats because they were overfed, okay? Like, they had no shortage of food. None. Nada. Like, they wanted for nothing. And yet, they had plenty of toys too. There was no short of attention lavished on them. So it's just like, why? Why are you like this? Why is it all chaos all the time? Why? Oh god, but at the same time I'm like, yeah, I was probably a cat in a past life, but anyway. But yeah, she was 100% guilty of that one, and she did wreck that particular one. But that lamp did make it up into this house. My dad did resolder a new wire onto that one, so that one's still functional somehow. It just looks janky if you look at the wire on it. Oh god, but nothing was as bad as those cats with the Christmas tree. Oh no. Oh no. I've heard the tales. Because a lot of them happened before I was born. They still did some of them in my lifetime, but the worst offenses were before I was born, and they were my mom's only babies. They were the fur babies. It didn't dawn on her when she decided to hand make a bunch of, like, dough ornaments that looked like cookies and basically essentially were just out of salt dough, that the cats would friggin' eat those! Every last one of them. She put so many hours of painstaking detail into those dang things. And, like, hooked them up to ribbons, hung them on the tree like the first year that she had the cats, went to bed. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. She came out that next morning and was pissed. She found every last one of them eaten. Most of the ribbons on the floor, half chewed too. Yeah. And a few crumbs here and there left behind. And both of them passed out with full tummies under the tree. It was like, you two are in so much trouble. And that is the point when my mom started keeping them in the bathroom at night, overnight, and only letting them out in the morning when people are awake and can watch them. Yeah, it was like that. They could not be trusted overnight to their own vices. Oh, but you would think the tree stuff would end there. No. Apparently, fat as both cats were, they would manage to climb up the tree and into the tree and hide in the tree. Because they could. Because they could. And when they were younger, they still liked to bat at the ornaments, knock them down. Again, this was before I was born. I have heard the stories enough times to be mad on her behalf. Because at least by the time I was born, they would still climb up it, but they'd at least learn to leave the ornaments alone. But at this point, they were just, like, chewing on the branches and, like, eating enough of, like, the little, not the bristles, the, what are they? The needles, I guess? The needles on the tree, would eat enough of those till they'd make themselves sick, and then, oh, cool, green cat puke on the floor. I wonder what they were eating! Especially when, like, you turn your back for, like, 5 seconds, you'd find them, like, sniffing around the edges of the tree, and on the lower branches, like, hey, stop it! Stop it! My mom eventually had to get one of those, like, plastic, like, not a baby gate, but, the playpens that were meant for, like, out in the yard, that, like, it was like an octagon, or you could, like, hook a couple of them together, make it, like, real big, or whatever. That's, like, she got one of those for my brother, but it did double duty, because she ended up putting it around the tree to keep them away from those lower branches so they'd stop chewing on them, and thankfully they were fat enough to not be able to jump over it. They tried! I remember this distinctly, watching them try. And the look on their face like, hey, how dare you keep us from our yummy tree snacks? But I, the great joiner inner that I was, at an age before I had siblings, so my only siblings were the cat siblings at that point, I would try to act like the cats and do the things I saw the cats do, because I was a lonely child until my first sibling was born. And I would see them do things like chewing on the lower branches. Again, this was before my mom had that fence put up around it. My brother wasn't born yet, so she didn't have that yet. She didn't have that with me, but... So I'd go over and, like, try it, just to see what it's like. Ew! Ew, it's gross! My mom's like, why are you chewing on the tree? Now stop! I'm just like, I just wanted to see what it was like! And then, of course, the cats, being cats, couldn't leave the presents under there alone either. They had to, like, rub their faces on them, like, do that thing, like, I don't know how else to word it, but, like, when the cat uses, like, the edge of their gums, like, on a corner of, like, a box or a present. You've seen them do it where they're, I guess they're, like, massaging their gums or something. I don't know what they're doing, to be honest, but saw them do that plenty. Felt the need to try it as well. Ended up hurting myself. It was like, it didn't taste good anyway. Ah, you can have that. That's gross. Ew. My mom's just like, what is wrong with you? I was like, he's trying to be a cat. So many things in my childhood ended with the words, I was trying to be a cat. Not much has changed, but anyway. But yes, they were notorious for trying to eat things they shouldn't be eating. Which brings me to the other indoor kitty, McCartney. Didn't even technically live indoors in our house. He lived at my grandma's house because my dad was like, oh, no, you're not bringing him in here. No, your grandma thought it was a cute idea to get you a cat. The cat can live at her house and you can go up there and see it because she only lived 2 houses away. So all right, fine, that's fair, I guess. It's a way of having a cat again. Fine. That was like my 17th or 18th birthday present. Whatever. So, have the cat, cute little Siamese baby, well, not really baby. I thought he was full grown, but apparently it wasn't, but regardless. My grandma had this weird hang-up over, I don't know what I'd ever do if he ever got out. I don't know how I'd catch him, because, like, she kept him in, like, the laundry room initially, and the laundry room in their house had a door that connected to outside. It just is what it is, but, she would go there to, like, bring trash out to the bins outside, because they were in, like, the little side alley there. But she always had this weird hang-up about, oh my god, I don't know what I would ever do if that cat got out. And I thought this is such a weirdly specific hang-up. Until one day I went up to come feed my cat, and instead of a cute little Siamese cat, this cat has doubled in size, changed colors, changed markings, has little tufts on the tips of his ears. What happened to my cat? What are you talking about? That's not McCartney. What is that? What are you talking about? It's the same cat you've had the whole time! The gaslighting, my dudes. The gaslighting that went on. She never owned up to it. She never owned up to what happened. I didn't find out until after both my grandparents were gone, and it's only through power of deductive reasoning I was able to figure out for sure. I know exactly what happened, because she never once again mentioned the thing about the laundry room door, okay? And after my grandpa died, we were going through old photo albums when we were going through the stuff in their house, and we ran across a picture where he was taking a picture of, like, his Christmas decorations outside and everything, and, oh, mysteriously, I notice in the driveway there is a cat that looks identical to the one that for sure replaced the one that I had. It's just like, oh, is this the day that he found the one and brought it in? Is this why the door was open in the first place? They were bringing out the Christmas decorations. Oh, God. Okay. I figured out what happened, but neither one of them owned up ever. They denied it to the hilt the rest of their lives. Even though this cat changed size, changed color, changed breed, changed his entire demeanor literally overnight. But okay, whatever. Also, that first cat that I had, the original one that I adopted, the Siamese one. Very sweet, lovey, shy boy. Yeah, this one? Yeah, it was half bobcat. So, and even the vet was able to confirm that for me. That this is not the same cat, and this is half bobcat. Are you sure you know what you're doing having that in the house? I really don't, but, I guess this is what we're doing. Cool! I still have scars on my arms from that cat basically mauling the shit out of me. I have scars on my belly from it attacking me. But, tell me again it's the same cat. But this cat, where I was going with this, the corners of the walls in the cabinets in that room where he was kept, he would chew on them so hard there was chunks of wall missing. Chunks of windowsill missing. It's like, Grandma, this is not a cat. I don't know what you brought in, even though you're denying that this is not the same cat. Are you seeing what it's doing to your house? It is eating chunks out of your walls. Like, not little tooth bites. No, like, whole ass chunks out of the corners. Bro. We put up, like, double-sided sticky tape on all of the corners after my dad went in trying to repair things and tried to deter this cat. managed to, like, shred through it, peel it off, and go right back to town. This is what we get for having a half bobcat in there, but again, my grandma completely and totally denied that this was the same cat. Well, I mean, no, she completely denied replacing the cat. She insisted it was the same cat, even though everything proved this very much not. So, you know, it's like that. Anyway, I'm trying to think of other shit that cat did. I mean, there's the time that I don't know what exactly went through my head, why I thought this was a good idea, but I thought it'd be a fun idea to try to put the cat in clothes for a picture, you know, just because internet memes. So I thought it'd be funny to try to put a bra on the cat. Why a bra? I don't know. It's what my hand hit, okay? Worst part, it wasn't even mine, but like, I tried to get this freaking bra on the cat. Not only did he attack me over it, he then took off like a shot across the house and peed the entire way till he hid behind the freaking washing machine. Cool. Cool. Good talk, cat. Good talk. You got me. I mean, that is literal instant karma for trying to dress you up. Fair play on that one. Fair play. Yeah. Yeah. To be fair, I don't know whatever happened to that cat, because after my grandparents died, I mean, before they rented out that house and everything, we kept going over there to feed him for, I don't even know how many months after that, before my dad was like, well, now we have Talia. This was back when we still had my doggy. R.I.P. But, it's just like, yeah, if we bring that cat here, she will eat Talia. Or he will eat Talia. I was like, yeah, we can't have that. He's like, do I have your blessing to relinquish this cat to a shelter? I was like, only if it's a no-kill shelter, okay? He even let me find one, so, alright, fine, but, yeah. That. That is the last I knew. I, to this day, don't know if they were ever able to rehome this cat. I would think probably not, so I don't know if they were just, like, stuck with him, or if they made an exception to their rule, given this was a half-frigging bobcat. I don't know. I don't know. I admittedly did not go with the day he was relinquished, because it broke my heart too much, even though this was not the original cat that I frigging adopted, but, like, just in general, just, I don't know. I don't know. Somehow, my grandma tamed that cat while she was still alive, to where she could pet him. And he was fine with her. Loved her. I'm just like, you do realize you're petting a half bobcat. She's like, no, this is a Siamese. Grandma, I swear to God, I can handle the truth. Will you just admit that something happened to the other cat? I won't be mad. I won't be freaking mad. I just want to know. I just want to know. But she went to her deathbed never admitting it, and my grandpa apparently played along with the story till he went too. So I was like, okay. So the mystery never fully solved, but pretty positive I know what happened there. But the cat they replaced it with literally ate walls. So, cool. Cool. I don't know. After that whole experience, I'm like, I might be good on cats. I think I like dogs now. Dogs are cool. I like dogs. I like Pomeranians. They're good. So anyway, that is it for this one, I suppose. Did this go anywhere? Hell no, but I'm kind of just rambling. But that's how some of these go. Some of them are story time. Some of them are me just randomly babbling about a thing that I remember. So anyway, that is it for this one. So as usual, you know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload, leave comments down below. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my eBay, my Reddits, everything and more. It's all down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. Get your name on the end card for a month from the time of donating. Anyway, guys, till next time. See ya.